Hello and welcome back to Let's Play 35 plus years of Advanced Squad Leader. It is a Monday and I don't know how to say this. Rob is not here today. I have not gotten anything from him, and I gave it some time in the lobbies, see if he was around. Haven't seen him, so I'm just gonna assume that Rob is unavailable for tonight. And that hopefully nothing serious has happened. Um, Not the end of the world, obviously, but it is kind of a bummer. I keep wanting and I keep hoping that I'll be able to show off and play Dinant. We did all our purchases. We did all the setups. Everything's ready to go. Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. So, nonetheless, I'm like I said, uh, Rob, if you ever are watching this or catch a hold of this, I really just hope that everything is going on, everything that's going on in your life is good and positive, or that there can be a positive side to it. ASL can always wait, so it's not. The only thing I care about is that you and your family are okay. That's really all that matters. Now, back to the game at hand. I am setting up essentially from scratch because I did not prepare anything because I really assumed we were gonna be good this time around. So as a result, I kind of had to just dig through my giant spreadsheet of scenarios. This one had a low unit count, so I figured, oh, I'll pick this, it won't be a problem. And now I've had a chance to look at the scenario title, and you know what? I don't care. I can't imagine I'll get banned or anything, and if anybody comes in here, they'll just have a rude surprise. I don't know what else to say. Um, I'm not particularly concerned with what could potentially happen. So, let's hope. I'm just gonna hope that nothing does happen, and I'm gonna set up and try to play this as quickly and efficiently as I can. Now, that should be the other way. There we go. So, this scenario is one from Fanatic Enterprises. It's a scenario from the Dutch pack. I've played a few already, I believe. What's my spreadsheet say? Did I play Ypenburg Airfield? I don't think I played that one. No, definitely didn't play that one. Really? I haven't touched this one at all? I feel like that's not true. Unless I set up Battalion for special missions and maybe didn't play it? Either way, I've definitely looked at this pack before. That I know absolutely. And we're just going to have to deal with it regardless. Now, this scenario, as mentioned, is from the Dutch pack, which implies that there are Dutch troops. And this is a rare instance of the Dutch being on the attack, which I find particularly interesting. And kind of one of the reasons why this one, I turned to this one instead of a different one. Truth be told, I was going to pick one that had the French versus the Germans in Norway. But I'd have to do deep snow, and I had to modify boards a lot more. I didn't really feel too comfortable just jumping into that one. Especially since my brain has kind of forgotten a lot of the deep snow rules and all that. So this scenario, which does not feature snow, which is great, does have some interesting things. Now, in this one, because the Germans on defense, they are planned to go second, which is very interesting. Now, there is I believe, an error in the victory conditions, so I'm gonna, do I actually put them there? I don't want to. That kind of seems like suicide. So my original plan was something along these lines. Have this here, have this on that guy. You can go here, and Probably have the leader there. So one of the things to point out in this scenario is that the Germans, so it's EC is moderate, which is fairly standard. The Germans must set up first, which is particularly interesting. Although, not crazy for them being on defense. The Dutch have to set up on the north side of the canal, and in this case, north side is up. So they have to set up a bunch of dudes. Essentially, they have 11 squads to 4, which I don't know if you know, but that is a pretty nasty amount of squads to just have and be able to kind of do whatever the heck you want. I might actually just do this. And then toss these guys in the building. You know what? I think these guys here, give them basically they're just the big stack. And then these guys can be behind. And sniper's gonna go there. Sniper will go here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Okay. So the reason for these setups, first and foremost, the gun that the Dutch have is kind of insane. I'm just gonna put that out there. 3 on the rate of fire. Even for a 47, like I think I've shown with Rutan just how many times a 3 rate of fire weapon can shoot. The mortars were especially deadly in our Green Hell of Enor campaign, and still are. That campaign is not over yet. So having 3 rate of fire is pretty crazy. Not to mention that at 47 firepower or 47 millimeter gun size, it would normally, if you were playing with the IFT, it would be 4 firepower, which isn't crazy, admittedly, but it does bump up to a 5 on the IIFT. And what makes it particularly interesting is that the fact that it is going to be using the infantry target type means that without a question, it is way more likely to get critical hits, and that can be particularly devastating when everything is taken into account. So we have a good number of units from the Dutch. The Germans, the Dutch get to Borsite, 1 hex, and despite the fact that the Germans do not set up off board, they just get a free Borsite hex. Now the gun could set up hip. I don't particularly know why you would want to set it up hip. It does feel like maybe you're an N5, right? N5, you can look down into P9. You have the same effect, except it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's 8 hexes instead of 7. You're still quote-unquote penalized. But I do find that the restricted line of sight from N5, like maybe you see P8, you can see P9, it doesn't really give you a lot of benefit. I'd rather have the gun in N6 so that I can just smash O10 or stone building or these woods or these buildings with some hindrance. It just seems more versatile than N5 where you can't really see much. I guess you could technically also put in 06, but again, I feel like having hindrance towards this stone building really just ends up not making the Borsite worth it, because you're giving yourself pluses when you desperately want the negatives. So that's first thing. Gun gets to Borsite, and you have to Borsite before the German setup. Now, obviously, playing by myself, or for myself, by myself, however you want to look at it, does mean that I know where the Borsite is, but I do think that it makes the absolute most sense, because you have to Borsite before the German setup. It makes the most sense to have it in P9 and or P8. P8 would be a great little fake out, because you could shoot, like, I think there's going to be enough Dutch troops to get across the bridge, that getting into P9 may not be a problem, but P8 as an extra hex, an extra structure almost, can really bog down an assault by green troops. Nonetheless, we're just going to go with that. Now, after all setup is done, or because the Germans have to set up first, again, you have to understand, like, where would you put guys. The victory objective in this one. Oh, also I forgot, this guy is a hero. So the Dutch essentially get like every bonus possible. I believe hero. I'm gonna pull up the counter. I'm pretty sure heroes have a range of 4 with 1 firepower. Which, again, just going to point out there, that's kind of insane for all intents and purposes. So, the Dutch can essentially just, like, absolutely murder O10, as an example. But yeah, so I want troops to cover P7. I want to cover the bridge to make it so that they can't cross effectively. However, you can't really set up in a lot of hexes to be able to cover the bridge and P8 as an example and so on without really making yourself vulnerable. So either you're vulnerable in P9 or you're vulnerable in O10 or N9. Can you set N9? No. So another thing also to mention is that you have to set up within 3 hexes of building P8. So these are all legal positions because there are 3 hexes away from the building itself. But again, that's highly problematic because there are 4 squads, so you kind of have to, like, where would you put them, so on and so forth. I guess technically S7 would be a potentially really good spot, just because you can see, or should be able to see the bridge. Oh, you can't? All right, well, never mind. It's an even worse spot than I thought. I was going to say it's a great spot because you can see, you might be able to see P9 for sure, probably not P8. But the point is, like, okay, well, you got 6 range, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, hey, you can see there, but that turns out to be bogus. So you really have to pick your spots here as to where you're going to set up. And with all these woods and other buildings in the way, you really don't have a lot of options. Now, as mentioned, the 9-1 leader starts heroic, which sucks for the Germans, and the gun at a 47 millimeter and rate of fire. It's the Bowler M35 47 millimeter, and it has Allied Minor Ordnance Note 26. I don't think that's really going to matter. I might as well check it now just so that I have it fresh in my brain and I don't forget. I will probably forget anyways, but at least I'll be able to say I made the attempt. Where is Allied Miners? There's Axis. Allied Miners, number 26. It is Allied Minor Notes A, G, R, N, E, and Y. So one of them is for Greek, the other is for the Dutch, and then A and Y. Is there anything in the text that should be known? No. So A, G, R, N, E, and Y. Yeah, it can be Annual Pact, belongs to the Netherlands, Greece can use them, and Y, also Yugoslavia. So essentially, it's just a gun, it has quick setup, and that's it. It doesn't have any special ammo, and that's not going to matter. So, after all that, the other things to mention are, one, the sniper might be a weird position considering what I normally do, and the whole reason for this is that if the sniper triggers, there's a way higher chance that the sniper is going to pick the AT gun. And that's the only reason I'm doing this, is because I want this AT gun gone, and the sniper is the only way I'm realistically going to achieve that. Because unless I choose to rush the AT gun, which would be suicide, I'm not getting there. Lastly, as I mentioned, I believe there is a typo in the victory conditions, because it says that the Dutch player wins if he controls building 20p6 at game end. 20p6 is an empty hex. They might have meant p8, which is strange because they already wrote 20p8. They could have meant 20p9 and just read the map backwards. I'm going to go with that as the more likely thing. But regardless, my understanding is that it should be this building that is the objective. I might as well check to see in ASL Scenario Archive if there's an errata or anything. There's no errata. So it's probably that building, because I can't think of any other reason why you would not have that building as the objective. So now that that is all cleared out, let us get into the game. Dutch start, so they will roll first. No weather change. And let's see just how insane my rolls will be to force this into a 10-minute match. So turn one, no weather change. There is no weather at the moment. It's all moderate and no wind. Also clear, if that's not immediately understandable. And I need a turn counter. There we go. So nothing to do in the rally phase. Not going to bother. In the prep fire phase, I am going to have the AT gun in N6 shoot at O10. It's the only thing that they can really do at the moment, so I might as well try and get some shots out. They are shooting at infantry target type. The range is, what, 4? Yeah, range is 4. Building is +3. I just need an 8 on that. Even if they were using red numbers, it would still be 8, so that is a hit. So we're starting off strong here. It is a 7 on 5, which is a pintash check, and those guys are fine. I will endeavor to take a second shot, because why not? I will get a second hit, and no rate of fire. 6 on 5 is a normal morale check, and they are fine. Alright, Germans are starting out lucky. Next up is the death stack in 06. I have 7 turns. There's literally no reason not to take 1 or 2 turns just to fart around and take shots. So 06 as an entire stack will shoot at 010. They are shooting 4 hexes away. Their firepower is a wonderful 21, sorry, because the leader does get to add his own. 21 up 1 shot. And that is probably going to be an instant kill. 4 on a 21 is a K4. All right. Okay. This is getting spicy here. So first things first, the squad is instantly reduced. I did get rate of fire on the HMG, which is great. Heat of battle will battle harden. Are they elite? They are elite. So that will hero and battle harden. All right, I'm getting some rootin' Putin vibes here. So they can't battle harden, so they will go Fanatic. And I will generate a hero. I'm going to call him Rootin'. You know what? Rootin's on the field now. I do have another shot I can do because of rate of fire. I don't believe that... I don't think the hero adds his firepower, but he might get to add the hero DRM because he's a leader that's also providing direction. I'm going to assume that's how it works. If it doesn't, my apologies. But it is a 6 up 1. We are looking at a 6 on 6, which is a 1 morale check. Rootin's fine, and the squad will pin because they are Fanatic. And if I pull up the counter so I don't forget or I don't mess this up, Fanatic is +1 morale. Fanatic is also no disruption, cowering, or patsy, but they do pin. So there is a pinned half squad and a hero now in that building. I did roll rate, so I will try again for 6 up 1, and I will get nothing this final time. Okay. Not particularly encouraging. However, I would have liked breaking them, but I'll take what I can get. So since they're pinned, my guys are essentially going to take a risk here. I don't really have any other way to do this. I could technically, maybe I should have stacked like 3 here and also use them to shoot. I could do an 8 up 3. I just don't feel like it's particularly worth it at this moment. So I'm gonna send them. I'm gonna send uh, 2 squads. Actually, I probably should send 1 because of the hero. If it wasn't for the hero, I would send 2. So I'm gonna send a squad. This guy's gonna be in a world of hurt soon, I'm sure. He gets the P7. Do I take a shot there? I don't think I care for a shot at that moment. So I'm going to let him. Then he gets to P8. And from there, Hero and Half Squad will take a shot. The Half Squad will shoot the LMG to get the extra half. So it's a 2.5 firepower down 3. 4 on 2.5 is a 1 morale check. And those guys will ELR and break. They can't ELR, so they are disrupted. All right. Next up is also it was 2.5, so there is 1 residual. Next up, Green Squad are going to move to P7. They will continue to P8. They will take a 1 down 2. Okay. They're just eliminated. This is not starting out well. Okay, well, since this is starting out so poorly, I think my goal here is going to be both green squads are going to go to P6 and then P7 for 2. They're just going to wait, and then stack in Q6 will go to P6. And I'm going to try, this might be stupid, but I'm going to try this just in case. Because at worst, they don't get the shot. I don't think it's going to hit. But I'm going to declare a shot from N9. We'll take a shot. It won't do anything. By the slimmest of margins. Damn. Okay, well, at least now I know. I actually have more of a reason to either keep them there or dump them into the stone building whenever that's feasible. So essentially this is going to happen. I'm not going to bother with anything else, I don't think. I'm going to end my movement. Defense fire phase, I forget if I checked S9 to P8. So I'm going to just do that. Whoops, wrong one. Residual, thank you. So I'm going to try S9 to P8 because why not? That is a clean shot. It is down 1, so it is a 6 on 4. That is a normal morale check. Those guys will fail it and are halved as a result. Do I have any other shots? I'm pretty sure S9 might not see P5, but you know what? I got nothing better to do. They cower. Ooh, I do see it. That's very interesting as a shot. Okay. That'll be it for defensive. We go to advance. I can't really do anything. I guess technically they would be halved twice. So would they. Yeah, it's not really worth it. So, I believe if you are disrupted, and you're in open ground, you are allowed to route. I think that's the only circumstance under which you can route, because otherwise you have to stay where you are. You would normally get, you would normally be captured if you started next to an enemy. Hence why you can't, like, normal route. Is there a spot specifically for disrupted? No. Okay. So now I need to, you know what? I don't know why I checked routing. I want to check disrupted. Disruption. Okay, so it's when you're reduced, yada yada yada. Yeah, so they don't route unless they're in an open ground, water obstacle, blaze, or if the only armed enemy units adjacent to them are in melee, berserk, or vehicular. And they can't use low crawl. So what's important to note here is that I would have to pick nearest building, not getting closer to anybody. The only people they can see are these two. So Q9 is a legal destination. So they go to Q9 and then stay there. One, because they can't get closer to now these two units, and two, because they're in a building, so they can't go any further. That'll be all that can happen for um, for routes in the advanced phase. I'm going to try and force this bridge. As silly as it may be, these guys are going to stay where they are because that would be insane to move them out, especially now that there's a hero. But this, I think, is what I need to do. We go to CC. There's no CC. German turn 1. I'm just going to... There we go. That looks way better. So German turn 1. We have... This is what I want to flip. Weather, no change, which is pretty expected. In the rally phase, the one disrupted guy cannot self-rally, so he's just stuck there. And then we go to prep fire. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, you know what? That makes way more sense. I'm going to transfer control in the rally phase. I believe I can do it then, but I'm going to double check because it could be advanced phase. So, support weapon, possession. May drop possession. I don't want to drop possession. I want to transfer. Good order, same location, and only during a rally phase, start of advance, or if they create a subunit. Perfect. I want to give the LMG to the hero because he's going to be able to use it at full power, whereas the half squad now cannot. So, in the prep fire phase, I'm going to do a couple things here. First and foremost is this squad, because they're not really in any danger, we'll do a 4-up-2 against these disrupted guys. They're going to stay disrupted. They're now DM. I want this because if I can keep them stuck there, I can potentially go for a capture if I move into R8. It'd be kind of silly to do that, to be honest. But I could... Oh, could I get them... No matter what, I'm putting the guys under risk. But them being DM'd, you would need a 2. They're not coming back, essentially. Now, second thing is I think I'm going to try and rescue this hero at the very least. One, because, it's rootin'. If I'm calling him a person I know, I might as well try and not, have them do something stupid. But also, I think that having a hero now is really going to help me out when it comes to protecting this building. So what I want to do is I want to take a shot from S9 into P8. Again, it's a forward down 1 shot, so 5-on-4 should be a 1 morale check. 1 morale check, yeah. So first guy breaks, and second guy is fine. That's not what I'm looking for here. It's not the end of the world. It's definitely not the end of the world. Yeah, okay. So I think with that, because I didn't break both, I think I'm going to take that as my call to action here, that I might just need to wait. Stack and N9 will shoot at the broken guys. Alright, I'm really running the risk here of blowing that up. It's a 9 firepower flat. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. Go to movement phase. In the movement phase, both units in O10 are going to normal move to N10. They should be essentially invisible at this point. They go to T9 for 2. Yeah, I can do T9 for 2 because I'll bypass. Do I want to go any further? You know what? Ooh. Yeah, you know what? Bypass 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do S7 shenanigans. The half squad, not so much. I will definitely want to push further, but having a hero in S7 that can minus his own shot because the LMG, that's pretty good. Defense fire phase. Can I do any shots against anybody? I might have a shot somewhere on these guys. They are in a building, and it'd be halved +3. I don't think anybody's got a shot, to be honest. Advanced fire phase, none. Routes, none. So that goes out. Advanced phase, everybody in T7 goes to S7. Do I try shenanigans? Probably not. And I don't want to try for 09 just yet, just in case this AT gun can shoot them. I think they would be able to. There might be hindrance involved. I don't think so. But I don't necessarily want that. Also, I forgot. This guy would have the same route pattern as him. We'll put him under. Actually, you know what? No, he will be on top. I'm going to keep him like that for now. So yeah, advances. These guys go into S7. That's it. There's no CC. We go to turn 2 for the Dutch. Weather, no change. There's no civilian interrogation rules in this case. So, rally phase. They've got a self-rally they can do. Okay. I'm kind of sad I can't do it for the disrupted guy. They won't be able to self-rally, period. But I rolled... Oof. Okay, so they come back. So they were broken and inexperienced, and they are allied miners. So that's a +4 total, which means they instantly go berserk. And this is why I'm not actually sad that these guys are in a building and where they are. However, yeah, if I didn't have these guys covering these hexes now, that would be a real big problem. Okay, so that's it for rally phase. We go to prep fire, because if I check, yeah, okay. We go to prep fire phase. I still don't have any targets or shots. I think the AT gun is just going to take a shot at P9, just to get acquisition on there. And if I check, it should be, yeah, it's range 7. It's all clean. There shouldn't be any issues whatsoever, which is perfect. So they'll get acquisition. Essentially, the main reasons I want to do this is, one, so I can potentially just like blow anybody up if they're there. Although I guess technically I did get a hit, so I think I get acquisition because I got a hit. If I'd rolled too poorly, I would not have got one. So yeah, I want the acquisition here just to help me out, and so that when the Germans, if the Germans choose to move in here, I've got that huge benefit. I don't really have any other shots I can do, so we'll go to movement. Instantly in the movement, Berserkers go first. They'll go to R8. And now I have some real tough choices to make. I think the plan here should be N9 as a 9 firepower down 1. 6 on 9 is a morale check of some sort. It's not going to be enough. So 6 on 9 is, yeah, just a 1 check. So those guys are fine because they have 10 morale as a Berserk squad. These guys will have shots, although notably the IFP is the only one that got used. So that means there is a 2 residual from the squad. I have a real big choice here of, do I go for 12 up 2 or do I go for an 8 up 1? And I think I'll go for the 12. So R8 Berserk squad continues. They go into S9. The squad that's there will take a shot. Like I said, it is it's triple point blank fire, so they are going to shoot because the unit is entering their hex. It is 4 tripled to 12, and then modifiers. So in this case, it would be a +3 -1 for non-assault movement. 10, 11 is not going to do anything on 12. And they don't get pinned anyways, so essentially nothing happens outside of 6 residual. And now these guys are ready for some... I'm going to mark them as opportunity fire. They're ready for some shenanigans at this point. Next up, the squad that survived in P8 will spend 1 to go to 09. I do have choices here. And, oh, that's right, I am I do need to mark this. It's not going to matter, but it's important. So this machine gun is like that. So because I have rate of fire, I'm going to declare a fire lane down here against, as well as a shot on 09. I can only do this with the MMG. I can't subsequent with the squad because this guy is closer, and also this guy is closer. So I don't have any other targets, but I do want to prevent Dutch units from getting into this stone building area. Essentially, God. Why do I forget this all the time? Helps when I do log files. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna take a shot. It's gonna go as far as M8. And it is going to be a 2 firepower fire lane. So we're looking at a 5 down 4. Yeah, a 2 on 5 is a K2. Wow, it's not even a KIA. So K2. And they're fine. Holy Christ. Okay. So it's a 5 down 2 down 4, like I said. No effect. I'm going to mark that. And then I believe, yeah, that would be a 2 anyways. Yeah, so it's 5 down 2 or down 4. God, it was a K2, so they got halved, and then they get to continue. They've spent 1. They will go into O10 for 3 total. As they get there, I'm not going to take a shot. I'm gonna wait. I think waiting makes the most sense. I've got a lot of turns, so I don't necessarily want to throw anybody away. But this has got me feeling like I really should press the gas here. So the stack and P7 are all going to go to P8 as a normal move. I'm going to hope to get into here. I've already taken this shot, but I will just instantly declare it and shoot again. I'm looking at a 4 down 3. Oh my. They don't cower because of the leader. That's a 1 on 4. It's a 1 KIA. So random selection. 1 squad of green guys is vaporized, and everybody else instantly breaks. That really sucks because I was really hoping for a bad roll to show up. Yeah. Well, it's not exactly going to plan. This guy should be market prep. I'm just gonna have this stack assault move, and these guys are going to normal move to P6. I don't really have any other options here. Defensive fire phase. So these guys are shot, these guys are shot, these guys are shot. Really, the only option I have here is S7. If I shoot them, yeah, I can't. There's no way I see P8 from there. I'm going to risk it. It's not going to mean anything because it'll just be a 1 firepower shot, if anything. But I will take the half squad will shoot against P8. Again, I'm pretty sure it's not going to do anything, but I want to take that shot to see if I can see him. I can't. Okay, perfect. They don't cower. It was a great roll, which sucks, but I'm just going to have to live with it. Rutan, the hero, is going to take a shot on the disrupted guys, because I don't know if I can see that either, but I can. Okay, perfect. That was way more likely. So it's a down 1, up 2 shot, so it's an up 1 shot on 3. That'll be enough to DM them, but nothing else happens. So they will be marked as final, essentially, but we go to advanced fire phase. I don't really have any shots. That's a stone building, which makes that going through there impossible. But I will take the chance for the berserkers to shoot. So they, on the other hand, because it's advanced fire phase, are shooting tripled halved. So they are fighting, shooting at 6 up 3. And there's no reason not to take those kinds of shots. 9 on 6, unfortunately, is nothing. If I'd gotten 1 less, I could have potentially gotten a pin. So that's it for advanced fire phase. We go to routes, And maybe it's cheeky, maybe it's kind of silly, but these guys will get to do the same thing and go into Q9 and just, yeah, route into enemy territory there. I should also just double check. Yeah, can't see, perfect. That's all I really care about. Advances, I'm going to slow roll my movement here because I desperately need it. So that's all I can do for advances. CC, there's no ambush because they started in the same hex. Nobody advanced into it. So the Dutch are 1-1 and the Germans are 1-1. Both sides will get casualty reduction. I do not think that removes Berserk because it's not a kill on a unit. I think Berserk, you specifically have to eliminate a unit, not simply casualty reduce. I'm going to check this just in case, but I'm fairly confident. Yeah, all but at least one known enemy units in its location. Yeah, with either triple point blank fire or flamethrower during the advanced fire phase or CC. Okay, so it's not even a kill and just a regular kill. That's interesting. I always thought that any kill from a Berserk would return to regular status. You always have to charge. That makes that even worse. Okay, well, that kind of flips that on its side there. So that's it for CC. Both sides come away with some blood here. We go to German turn 2, weather, no change. Rally phase, the Dutch are the only ones to have anything. They'll have their leader rally. They will try to rally the 6, they won't get it, and then they'll try to rally the disrupted, they won't get it. But the fact that I've rallied that leader is kind of crazy. Prep fire phase. In the prep fire phase, do I move them or not? This counter can go away. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to move them. So, first things first, S9 will shoot at the guys in the open. That is a 6-on-4. Again, check 6-on-4. Normal morale check against that whole stack. Leader breaks, squad breaks, and other squad is pinned because it's a normal. If we... It's ELR 2, yeah? No, ELR 3. Yeah, so nobody ELRs, which is frankly amazing. But another leader, another squad down. These guys are prep fired. This guy can't do anything, so I might as well just have the squad and MMG just dump fire into Q9. There's no reason not to do it. It is a 9 flat. They don't cower because they're leader directed. 4-on-9 is going to be a lovely 3 morale check. Break and ELR. Yes. Yeah, 3, yeah. Break and ELR, reduced and reduced, or eliminated. So these guys are dead. This guy's dead. This guy will ELR and break. I did have rate of fire, so screw it. Why not? I will shoot 5 flat. Right, yep, 5 flat. Is it a heavy? No, it's a medium. Yeah. So 6-on-5 is a normal morale check. That's okay. And all right, well, this guy won't matter anyways. Your wound is all right. You're dead too. Okay. Well, not going great. At this point, I'm really trying to reflect on choices and see what could I have done differently here. Okay, so squad with, or half squad with the hero are going to declare CX because they don't have 6 movement by themselves. I will, instead of bypassing, because I'd be a little worried this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he can't hit him. That's too far. All right, cool. So I will bypass for 1, into R5 for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just to not have like a thread the needle thing. That's it for movement. Defensive fire phase. Like, what do I even do? These guys can't hit anybody. That's just a 2-up-3, which is never going to work. I would have to get Snake Eyes, which would then turn into a Pintash check. Also, they're green, so they would cower twice, so they get nothing. Gun, take a shot. That will be a hit, so I will flip that over, but that's as much as I can do. Advanced fire phase. None. Routes. Definitely some here. So routes, I'm going to have these guys do that because I, again, don't have any better option. If they could see, if these guys were in 09, this is also a reason to keep them out of view. If they were in 09, they would see him. At least I'm pretty sure they would see him. I'd be hard pressed to understand how they don't see him. But yeah, if they do see him, they get to go back to 06, and I wouldn't want that. So, advances. These guys go into the building. These guys will go into 09. And at this point, it's just to make sure that, like, this guy doesn't run in and somehow survive and you know, capture the building. We go to CC. 1-1. Okay, and 1-1. Both sides die. That is impressive. We go to turn 3. Turn 3, weather, no change, but still bad. Still really high rolls there. Prep fire phase. In the prep fire phase, AT gun is going to switch to 09 and pray. That's not what I wanted, those numbers. Is that LOS? That is LOS. Okay. That's important. Unfortunately, I rolled terribly, so I don't get rate, and I didn't get a hit. But I have acquisition, and that is hopefully going to matter. I should have rolled for rally, didn't get it, so it doesn't matter. That's it I can do. That's all I can really do for prep. Movement phase. Green guy in P8 goes to Q8 and then into R8 for 3 total. He can't go any further. I will declare CX with O10 and go into S10. I would see this as insane. The guy goes to R9 now. That's still insane. But he's getting closer to the building. Do I take a shot at him here? I think in my brain, like the 9-2, I want to save him for P8 regardless. So yeah. I think I just take my chances. I'll take a shot. Okay, yeah, he's just dead. It's a 8 on... It's a 1 on 8. So she's just... He just does not exist anymore. Now we technically... 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, no, that's still equidistant. Yeah, I can't get out of this. I was hoping maybe it's a bad shot. Because these guys have to move. So it's like assault move. Because at this point, I need to just assault move. And I'm sure someone would say, like, oh, we'll try for smoke. But I have 3 good squads. And they all have a smoke exponent of 1. Which means my odds of getting smoke are 1 in 6. They're not that great. I'll be honest. It's pretty low odds. So, yeah. They'll let assault move. I might as well take a shot. Like, I'll subsequent, because why not? It's a 2 firepower, down 2 shot. 1 for the leader and 1 for open ground. So 4 on 2 is a normal morale check. Wait, that's a 1 morale check. Wow. 1 morale check. Leader's fine. Squad is fine. Squad is fine. And squad is fine. Okay. So they're finaled. I am now going to take the doom shot here. That is a clean shot. Wow. That is a down 3 shot on 9. So 3 on 9 is a K3. Well, rip that stack. So random selection. It is a squad. The squad with nothing, actually. That's impressive. And then a 3 morale check. Leader's fine. Squad's fine. Squad's fine. And squad breaks, but does not ELR. Wow, okay. I have rate of fire. So I will maintain rate until the defensive fire phase, because I can't technically shoot again in this phase. So we go to defensive. The machine gun has rate, not the squad. So the leader will continue to direct. So it's a 5 down 2. It's a K2. K2. So random selection. This the guys who were reduced last time are just gone. I said K2, so 2 morale check. Yep. Broken. And so these... this guy breaks. The other guy's already broken but survives. The hero takes... they can't break, so they wound. So he's instantly wounded. So he gets flipped there. I have rate. It is a 5 on 5, which is 5 on 5, 1 morale check. And I should point this out. Unless I'm mistaken, I should be able to do this because the machine gun has rate, so it would not be marked with a counter, and therefore is not limited in range. Like normally, if you're doing subsequent, you would have to shoot at these guys because they're closer. But I don't believe that's the case on a weapon that has rate of fire. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments, chat, wherever. If you could point out which rule paragraph that is, I'd really appreciate it. My understanding is that, yeah, it's not marked, so it gets to keep shooting. And in this case, it's another 1 check, so he's fine. He doesn't get pinned. Reduced and reduced. God, okay, well, I mean, at this point, I think I'm just willing to call it here. I would need a miracle. I did not get rates. Nobody else can shoot. We go to advanced fire phase. What would I do? We go to routes. This makes it even worse. So, because these guys can see him now, I have to go back across the bridge. So, 1, 2. The hero can't keep following. Actually, yeah, the MMG stays there. Or the HMG, sorry. HMG stays there. These guys have to route. The leader cannot continue because he only has 3 movement. So the squads make it back into the building. He does not. Which I guess technically he can still advance. So advance phase, he'll go back. And these guys will take this stone building. And no CC. Turn 3 Germans. Weather, no change. Rally phase actions, it's really just the Dutch. So self-rally first. He makes it. Tries to rally the squad. No. Over here. Nope. And nope. Alright. Let's fast track this. So prep fire phase. Squad and leader will shoot at Q9. Why not? It's an up 1 shot on 4. Nothing happens. But it does re-DM this guy, which is the only point. That's probably actually... I don't want to click on this. I don't want to click on either side because I'm looking at this junction. That might not be covered by the wall. If it is, it's a +2 for the wall. If it's not, it's a -2 shot. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have the MMG shoot there. I I don't think I would count that as wall. If I did this, it doesn't say either. I don't think I would consider that wall. Now, it should have a gun shield, which would provide +2 anyways. So it doesn't matter. The squad, who's not leader directed, will shoot into the building. It's up 2 on 4. It's not going to do anything. They'll get marked. We go to movement. In the movement phase, I'm doing an assault move with my stack into P8. Defensive. 4 up 3 would be insane. I'm not going to. Essentially, I'm just going to roll for the AT gun. If the AT gun can get something, then cool. Otherwise, I think it's just game. Doesn't get anything. It's -1 for AC, +3 already. That just pushes it to 9. There's no other modifiers, so it would be an auto miss. I didn't get rate either, which is bumming. That's really just bad. Like assault, advanced fire phase, nothing. Routes, another nothing. Like I guess technically I can route 2-4 because there's a bunch of time, so I might as well get some distance. Advanced phase, we're going to put the Fanatics up front and the LMG behind because the LMG can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. The LMG can take a shot. No CC. We go to Dutch turn 4. And let's just see what weather. No weather. And rallies. 7. Yeah, no, I get that guy. And over here. Nope. And yes. So the guy with the LMG comes back. Prep fire. AT gun. Nothing. I don't even think I care at this point. I don't... that's 3 shots in a row, no rate, which has just been sad. I was talking up the rate of fire at the start. And I guess technically that gun did get rate of fire. Not when I needed it or wanted it, but... yeah, like the only other thing I can do is try to have these guys move there and see if I can survive. So the half squad and the leader, unless I just do the half squad, it doesn't really matter. But you know, half squad 1, 2, 3, take a shot. 4 down 3, 4 and 4, morale check of some sort. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. That I think is game for the Dutch. I mean, I think it was game after turn 2. I think it was a game, but I'm very curious about this scenario. What is the record? Nobody has played this? Come on, no way. How has nobody played this? Not a single person has ever touched this scenario. I mean, no. A young Dutchman from Antilles traveled to the Netherlands in the fall of 1939 to meet his destiny. His destiny was to lead his men against the German strongpoint in Ireland, a company of elite German paratroopers. Dutch counterattack started at Voorburg, where the Germans had overrun a heavy A battery in the early morning hours. A number of airborne troops were holed up in a large mansion close to De Vliet and controlled one of the bridges from the point. At 1000 hours, a young second lieutenant appeared named Maduro. Upon his arrival, he organized the defenses and planned an assault. Under cover of a machine gun and 1 AT gun, Lieutenant Maduro stormed over the bridge, followed by his men, managing to reach the mansion. I would be very curious as to how, in real life, that looked, because I just don't see how you can give the Germans that much space. If I does this show? Is this De Vliet? That's Vliet. Okay, right. So De Vliet is the canal / river. So this would probably be close to Voorburg. So this is near Voorburg. So Voorschoten. Okay. Yeah. So then this river... Sorry, I know this is super detailed and stuff. I'm just really trying to... I'm trying to understand where a potential mansion would be. Maybe... layers. Building. Although, it makes... Well, okay, yeah, no, right. They're assaulting on the from the north. So they have to cross the river. Yeah, I definitely feel like it probably doesn't exist anymore because, well, it's whatever. Or just not enough of an accurate location. So a mansion could kind of just be anywhere. As the river does, or canal, whatever, does, it is long. But, yeah, like... In some cases, at least it looks like a lot of buildings are rather close to the... I wonder if it's this. I mean, it's currently a senior citizen center, but man, that could be a mansion. Well, in any case, I think I think I've proven why this scenario has not been played. Certainly not a lot. I don't really see how you could, like, I don't know if enjoy is the right word for this, but I just don't really see how, like, yeah, I just don't see how this scenario is one that would be particularly interesting. Does this show anything? Does this guy's biography show anything? Score, blah blah. Ridgewick. Ridgewick? Ridgewick? Reichsweg. Reichsweg. Okay. Well, is that mansion? Hold on, let me see here. Would that be it? I'm sorry. At this point, I'm super invested in trying to see where this building is. Reichsweg. 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 Okay, so that's that sector, and he had to have defeated German units over the canal, which puts it... That's the Deltweg, which is not the Vlieg, unless they got that wrong, which would not surprise me. Where the hell is this canal? Wow, did they get the wrong canal? Like, nothing... They got the wrong canal. Lock Canal. That's not even the right sector. Yeah, they didn't get the right... It's not Div League. Where is the blah 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 Maduro undercover machine gun? Where did it say Devleet? Okay, so it is not Devleet. It's actually Delfveg. Is what it... Unless these two actions are different, which it does not sound like it is. It sounds like this specifically says under his command, German troops stationed in Reichsvik were defeated and the parachutists captured, which is what this is trying to say. That he yeah. Okay, so the they got the wrong canal, And as a result of getting the wrong canal, they... Yeah, that's why you can't find it. So if it was like a north-south... If it was north-south across a canal... Those bridges... it doesn't look like a mansion, or a mansion would have been there. I could be wrong. Are there any other bridges? Not... Well, okay, maybe here. That's assuming... why would they be on that side of it? No, I don't know. It feels like the scenario designer looked in the wrong spot, and this scenario might have taken place. Yeah, like maybe near the Oversteek Bridge on the Delftweg. Like, unless the map is just giving the wrong name. Well, wrong name. Unless I'm looking in the wrong spot for the name, which I don't think is the case. Maybe Delftweg is just the road. Whatever. Point is that I think it's all in the wrong spots. And as a result, it's not actually the map that's used really does not help the attacker in any way, shape, or form. The only thing I could think of is like having the gun in a spot that could potentially provide more assistance, but I don't really know where that mythical location is. If I end my log file and I start checking locations, right? So M6 is dumb. It's just going to create a bunch of blind hexes, and it's just stupid. So N6, you can watch the two stone buildings. You've got the woods, stone, stone, stone. Wow, you cover 3. Yeah, there's no reason not to pick that. Building, building, building. Can't see that, obviously. But you don't really need to. Can't see there, can't see there. So these are your blind spots, right? These 3 buildings, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. And obviously this building. So if you're in 06, 010 would probably be the most critical if you're going to check any of those 2 hexes. I agree. Then woods, no, no, and no. Sure, not necessarily valuable, not valuable. No, nope. And 1 building with a +4 overall. That's really shit. No way. Can see, can definitely see, can see, can't, can. Interesting. Can't, yes. Okay. Q5. Yes, that's clean. Wow. Yes, sure. Yep. No. No. Yes. No. Yes. And then, like, anything else here on the top right is insane. Like, nothing out in this box would make any sense. Half hexes included. Like, the only thing you could... other thing I could think of is, like, 07? Like, if you're in 07, you can see a bunch of hexes. You still... Yeah, you have the same problem as before. N6, I think, is, like, the best choice. Because if you could make it over that bridge, then you got 3 hexes that you can guard. And really just prevent anything from happening. You also, opening turn, you get a shot on 010, which is all you really care about. And it's German setup first, so the Dutch side can adjust this line of sight however they want. And as long as they don't break and move or manhandle or anything, having the bore sight in P9 or wherever is still super valuable. So yeah, I am incredibly curious as to how else you would do this. Like, the only other thing I could think of is, like, maybe your death stack is in 07 or P6. Well, actually, P6 would be stupid. 07, but 07 doesn't give you any benefit. and if you miss or you know something goes wrong, then you're really in trouble. And at that point, like you might as well just kind of give up. Like I don't really see how you recover from that. I am on the side, still looking for canals. I'm actually using a different map now, and I'm trying to see if there's any canals that like would show up, but I really don't think there's. I really think they must have used the wrong location. Or again, to be somewhat fair, maybe it's two different actions. I don't think it is, but maybe. I mean, I guess there are technically 5 deletes, but yeah, like it makes even less sense. If I pick this one, no, that's the wall. Like I can't imagine you would confuse the wall with anything else, and no bridge over it. So, anyways, yeah. So I really don't see any other spot you would want to put for your AT gun. The bore sight hex, there's so many choices. I think you can't really go wrong with N9, O10, or any of these 3 stone buildings. O9 is particularly sneaky, so that might be one to pick in the end of the day. I picked P9 just because, but even either of the wing hexes would be particularly cool to use. So, whatever. Um, as for the attack, like, yeah, I think if the Germans get unlucky with their shots and they don't if you don't lay down enough residual and or like break enough guys instantly, then yeah, you're potentially getting swarmed. But I will revert back to my usual complaint, if it can be considered a complaint. If you are playing, if you are the attacker into urban territory like this, it would behoove you as a scenario designer to give the attacker a demolition charge. Even one is way preferable to anything else you could possibly get. If you get a demo charge, hero in P6, 1, 2, 3, even if he's wounded, he can get to 09. Presumably he wouldn't because of morale 10. So you can get to a location and place a demolition charge and get something out of it potentially, right? Like make this guy superhuman. I don't know, but as it stands, it really does not help that the Dutch force is almost entirely green. They have a good stack that they can create, but no line of sight to choose from, and they're just kind of hosed, really. You have one hex. This is basically stone. You have one hex, and if you can survive getting through that hex with enough guys, aka multiple turns or multiple instances of movement, then maybe you'll be successful. But other than that, you're just kind of screwed. So, uh, again, Rob, I hope you're okay and that nothing has gone terribly wrong. For people at home, I feel like I need to apologize, even if it's something that's completely out of my hands. I really wish I could get to Dinant. Just because like I've had the campaign for a long time, and we're finally at this milestone, and I would like to progress on it, but life is life. So I hope to see you on Saturday. Hopefully we'll be able. Hopefully there won't be any server issues or anything on Saturday with Rudin, and maybe we'll be able to close out day 5. I don't think so, but hopefully, at least in my case as the French. So have a lovely week, and I hope to see you on Saturday. Bye.